Okay, so I have just opened up Photoshop. I'm gonna start you up from the beginning. Sorry for the music in the background. My daughter's watching a movie. Now we're gonna go over to File and hit Open. And we're gonna go look for the picture that you're gonna want. I downloaded your picture, so it's under Downloads. But I've decided I'm gonna use the one that you showed me last night, that the little girl, this one. So now we're gonna open that up. Now you don't want to do cropping. I've just recently learned this. You don't want to crop until you're completely done with the image. And you and I had talked about how you wanted to crop out the trees and brown and stuff just because it's kind of boring and blah. And kind of takes away from her. Although you did a good job with the composition and having her like not in direct center. But we're not going to worry about that right now. So now you see the image in front of us. Over here is where your layers are gonna be, and that's what's a little bit different with Photoshop, is that you work in layers. And I'll make sure I go really slow and tell you exactly each step that I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So first of all, I think we need to work on brightening her up. So up here you're gonna see adjustments, and if you scroll over them, it'll tell you what each of the things do, the adjustments do. Like here's brightness and contrast, levels, curves. As you start working more with Photoshop, you will probably start using curves more. I enjoy it because then you can see a change. Exposure, vibrance, hue and saturation, color balance, black and white, photo filters. And that's one of them that after you start getting the right eye of what your white balance is, like if it's too cool, then you can add a warming filter. If it looks too blue and cold, then you'll add a warming filter. If it's too warm, then you can add a cooling filter. And we might even do a cooling filter with this picture. I haven't gotten that far yet. So that's what the photo filters are for. Channel mixer, color lookup, invert, posterize, threshold, selective color, and gradient map. And these things that you can work one at a time on. So we're going to do exposure right now. So we're going to come up to the top level and see the plus and minus. We're going to click on that. And see over here, it started its own new layer. Over here, you're going to have the sliders, and we're just going to work on the exposure, the top one. Leave the preset to default, and what we're going to do is see when you go down, it darkens the photo. If you brighten it, see, it brightens the photo. Now, her face is really quite dark, so we're going to want to brighten it up because I'm going to teach you a new technique. And the masking is going to be your new favorite friend. But see, the brighter you are, the more blown out everything else is over here. But that's okay, because really what we're trying to do is just brighten her face. So we could brighten it up. That's probably good. Now we want to go click on that. And now see this white little box over here? That's the masking layer. And the beauty of that is you can create, see where it's all bright and everything, and you can brush away all of it other than her face. So the rest of it looks normal. So now what we want to go over here, here's a whole bunch of the different tools. There's this one right here, and it's the brush tool. Now you want that. Up here is going to be your size and the type of a brush that you're going to use. I have it pretty big because we're doing it, brushing off the exposure, everything but her face. So let's go to this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brushes in on the top level. And you can pick whatever size brush. And then over here is the opacity, and that means like how heavy you are going to brush it off. So let's go up, and we're going to do 100% because we want to bring everything down. So when you left click on it, see, and then if you hold the left button down, what's thinking? You're gonna see how the background okay, so maybe her face is a little bit bright. So now we can go over here and adjust it down. That looks a little bit better. So then, but when you're doing the mask layers, you want to make sure you're clicked on it. Now, there's the black mask and the white mask. The black mask paints it off. If you hit X on your keyboard, it'll switch to the white. So these are the two masking layers here, right here. When I hit X, see the top one is the black, the bottom is the white. If I switch it, the white. So let's say you make a mistake. So you want to cover it, paint it back in. You can see, you could probably, and see how that side, that much is overexposed. You can, like that. And it's a good thing, like when you're doing that adjustments, like if you are trying to make it so that it looks more believable around the hair and everything, you can switch the opacity down to a lower level so it blends it better. Also the type of brush you use, this is good for that too. But now see, now she looks a little bit more bright, but her background is more dark again. Now what I normally do is if it looks good, then I right click on the background layer, which is the original layer, and I flatten the image. That means it takes everything and combines it. It just helps keep track of everything. Now the focus seems to be like right here on her lapel and her shirt and not on her eyes. So my next suggestion would be to sharpen her face up a little bit. So in order to do that, we want to take the background and copy that background. And the easiest way to do that is Control J. So hit Control J and see there's the layer. It duplicates that layer. Now you want to go up to Filter and then slide down until you hit Sharpen. And you want to go down to Unsharp Mask. You can scroll. So in the little Unsharp Mask box. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause for just a second. Alright, so with the amount percentage, you can see in this box here what it does. It softens it or it sharpens it. And the nice thing about this is we can do a mask layer and wipe it all off. If it's too sharp, does it show? And even if you move the box over, you can see it too. See how it sharpens? So let's sharpen her face quite a bit. Let's do around, say, 200. Doesn't have to be exact, but I know you want to copy me. And then the radius just is how much too. So you could go all the way up there if you want, but 2 to 3 is normally pretty good. Especially since she is out. And then the threshold you don't want to mess with. So then click OK. Now watch, over here you can see the before and after. This is our bottom layer with the brightening her up. And then if you click on the eye, you can see how that's the original. but then with the sharp, how her face sharpens up. Now, see how this area looks kind of pixelated? We can get rid of that by going down here at the bottom. You're gonna see a whole bunch of little icons. Down here there's a rectangle with a circle in it. Click on that. That's gonna create, that's the mask layer. Make sure that's clicked on and then hit the brush. And we're gonna brush that sharpness away. Probably around her hair a little bit too, just because then it looks too pixelated. And it's especially her face. We want to draw focus too. And over here, oh, oops, I was doing the wrong one. Yeah, make sure you have the black mask on. And then over here you can see what areas you've covered. And the white is the areas that you want to leave sharp. So there's that. So now, before and after. Now you want to merge the, flatten the layers again. So right click on the background layer and hit flatten image. Now I'm going to stop here. For this, that's as far as we'll go with this video. In the next video, we'll do like take out the blotchiness in her skin and like finish up.